What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. Because I'm not. Last week I suffered arguably the worst injury of my boxing career to date. And I haven't been able to train since. I can't box, I can't run, I can't lift weights, nothing. All I've been able to do is eat, basically. And to top it all off, my next fight is in less than 6 weeks. So obviously not ideal, as you can imagine. So yeah, it's a race against time to get back training, get back fighting fit, ready for my next fight on November the 8th. Luckily, the date did get pushed back from October the 19th to November the 8th. I've had a few people ask me about that. So despite being a race against time, there is always time for a morning coffee. One of the only things keeping me sane at the moment. Yeah, if you've also seen the weather, there's a bit of pathetic fallacy going on today, or for the last week or so. So today I'm going to be doing multiple things to maximise my recovery as quickly as possible. And I'm going to take you guys with me and show you what I'm doing. I am due to meet my physio later today, but there's a few other things that I've been doing and that you can do as well if you're in a similar position that take minimal equipment. So I'm going to have this and we'll get into the first thing of the morning. I don't know how people don't start their day with coffee. It is insane. Okay, so Frankie, what actually have you done to injure yourself? Last week in training, I injured my lower back somehow, and it's the worst pain I've ever felt, honestly, hands down. I'm 23, going on 53. I was doing like some defense drills with Chris Congo, and we were slipping a punch, we were slip, and roll. And on the second one I did, I just felt the worst pain go right up my spine and in my lower back. I said to my coach, I need to stop. Try to stretch it out, and it just wasn't stretching out. It did start to get better, but then on Friday I went and saw someone, had some cupping, some acupuncture, and afterwards it felt brilliant, and then within about 3 hours it started hurting even more than it had before. So yeah, but why am I sat on the floor in my living room? This is why. So what I've been doing is red light therapy daily for 20 to 30 minutes in the morning and sometimes in the evening as well, placing the light directly onto the area that hurts, which is the lower back, and it does seem to be giving me some pain relief. Red light therapy is a load of studies and some people are completely for it, some people are completely against it. I personally am for it. I often use it in the evening to unwind at night. Rather than flicking on the main light in my bedroom when it's like beyond 8 PM, I'll turn the red light on and it just helps you unwind rather than blue light that actually keeps you awake and affects your circadian rhythm. So yeah, I'll flick that on whilst I'm doing things in my bedroom. But to put it directly on a muscle, it enhances blood flow, it releases the tension in the muscle, it can reduce pain and reduce inflammation, which at the moment, my back is so tight, like there's a lot of tension in there. So putting this on here does seem to help, it does seem to help. And for those of you saying, oh, it's a placebo and this and that, if it works, then it works. Who cares if it's a placebo, it still works. So yeah, this is what I've been doing for the past week or so, putting it directly on my back and hoping that it does something. Which it is, but hoping that it speeds up recovery. And yeah, it's a fairly easy thing to do provided you have a red light. And I got this one for about £100 and I've had it for 2 or 3 years now, so. This is a bit of a look, isn't it? I've been sat here now about 20 minutes and my physio just got back to me. So luckily I've got an appointment. I'm going to go see him later today and pray to God that he can fix me. Another thing I've been doing for the last week or so is intermittent fasting. It's something that I do quite regularly anyway, but particularly in the last week when I've been injured, haven't been able to train, I'll delay my first meal until about midday. First reason being, I've got to keep this lean physique, especially as I'm fighting in 5 to 6 weeks time. I can't afford to be putting on weight this far out from a fight. So given the fact that I can't train, I have to watch my food intake a lot more. The second reason being, fasting is good for your body. It lowers inflammation. If your body's not dealing with digesting food, it can direct the energy elsewhere into healing the body. So whilst it's not a prolonged fast, because I need to give my body nutrients to help recover, I'm doing about 16 hours every day and then eating in an 8-hour window. Whilst I am doing that, I'm also keeping my body nice and hydrated and fueled with electrolytes every single day because they truly are very important. And I'm currently working on something quite special. Your boy may or may not be bringing out his own electrolytes, but you didn't hear that from me. You did. Anyway, in there as well is 5 grams of creatine. There's plenty of evidence for that, both brain health, muscle health, and keeps the gains as well. So, whilst I'm not eating until about midday, it is now 9:45. I am consuming my electrolytes and creatine every single day. watermelon flavour. Potentially one I'm going to go with. Okay, so I honestly didn't realise how much of a struggle it would be to not be able to do anything. Sometimes when you're training really hard, twice a day, especially in fight camp, you're like, I'll do anything for a rest. But no, it's been almost a week, I think it'll be a week tomorrow, that I haven't been able to train, I haven't been able to do anything. And both mentally and physically, it's actually, I say affected me. I'm doing okay, but it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. I can't remember the last time I wasn't able to do anything. There has been a few days here and there where I felt like I've been able to run, but I was trying to be smart by not doing it. I know the pain that I felt when it happened, if that got worse or delayed it, I literally can't afford that because I want to fight in 5-6 weeks time. So I made the smart decision not to train, even when I felt like I probably could. I just knew in myself that it wasn't a wise decision, so I didn't. I can't remember the last time it's been this long that I haven't been able to do anything. Even after a fight, when I take a bit of a rest, I'll still go to the gym and bang some weights and just get a bit of a pump going, or I'll go and do a load of sit-ups at home and just like different things like that, just to keep my body active, keep my body moving. I haven't been able to do any of that, and it's actually been a massive struggle. Listen, I'm not one for sympathy, but I am fortunate. Boxing is my job. It's what I love to do, and not being able to do it is like crazy. Another passion of mine is business. So at the same time, I'm trying to use this time to grow my other things, social media and the little project that I mentioned earlier. So I'm still trying to be productive, but it is very hard. I didn't realise how much I just needed exercise and needed training just to stay mentally sane. But I am currently sat here with a hot water bottle on my back, as you can see. It's probably mine from when I was like 3 years old. Yeah, a hot water bottle takes all the tension off your back. It just feels good. It relaxes the muscles that are really tight, as I mentioned before. And for back pain, you don't want to use a cold compress or anything ice related, because it's just going to seize it up even more. You want it to release the muscles, release the tension. So hot water bottles and heat is the best thing to do. That's what I've been doing daily as well. 20 minutes of hot water bottles, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, whilst I sit here and slam away at my keyboard. And then we're off to the physio. Another thing that has been a godsend is the heated seat. Driving with back pain obviously isn't ideal, but I still have to get about. So whenever I have been driving, I've been putting the warm heated seat on as like a warm compress on my lower back, just to try and ease it as well, whilst I'm sat down in a not ideal position, let's be honest. But yeah, now I'm off to the physio. I'm actually excited. I'm excited, just hoping, as I said earlier, that they can fix me. So I'll catch you there.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about, so give me the full story about what's happened recently and what's kind of
it kind of happened suddenly, really. I was at the gym and I was doing some defense drills, and it was just like we were throwing punches, one like jab, cross, left hook, and we were slipping out of the way of them, and I went bam, 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 and it just twinged on when I was rolling underneath the punch. On that Tuesday, I had a Thai massage, a full body. Just I was like, I couldn't get into any physios. I was like, I just want someone to see it. So she was walking all over me and like
proper Thai massage.
Yeah, nothing dodgy, but just like proper Thai massage. Yeah. I was just trying to bend over and touch my toes, and that was really hurting.
And that was the movement that was most painful.
And it still is now. So at the moment, I can do a lot of things, and even today I was thinking actually it feels alright today, but it's not perfect.
So what we'll do to start off with is we're going to come down into lumbar flexion. So we're just going to come down to touch our toes. If you do it in standing, actually facing the window, then I can just have a look at how your spine's moving.
Lumbar flexion.
Yeah, so we're going to come down, just touch your toes as you can. Straight leg raise. So if we start with the left side, if we keep it nice and straight, and we're just going to raise it up in the air for me. Cool. I'm just going to passively do that movement as well.
Yeah, cool. Right.
Okay. And then how are you if I was to ask you to bring that knee to your chest for me? Good.
Yeah, it feels a bit tight, sort of, but yeah, it's alright.
If you do the same with the left. If you keep this leg straight for me, so we're just going to come into a bit of extension, so we're just going to come into this movement here. So it's going to focus on using on the glutes and just contracting back. Good.
Cool, yeah. It feels tight on the left side, on my back.
Down, now feels tight here.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold that leg there and just let me push down. Good. So relax back. Cool. So I'm going to pop one there. So yes, this is interferential therapy. So these pads are pretty cold when I pop them on.
Yeah.
Essentially, you know when you get like a pins and needle sensation?
Yeah.
It's almost, you're going to get that, but it should be a low level discomfort. It shouldn't be anything too strong.
Okay.
So I'm going to gradually pop it up. The idea of this is to get more blood flow going to the area.
Yeah.
So to deal with sort of any inflammation, any swelling. But it also works quite nicely because you're really tight in those paraspinals. It's just going to help reduce that tightness as well.
Sweet.
Essentially, you've got your sort of supraspinous ligament that sits in the middle. That one's probably slightly aggravated when you're going into that flex position, but your main aggravation sort of coming from in here.
Okay.
Alright, so the ones that sit sort of between each vertebrae, and they sit in that supporting structure.
And that's where you think sprained?
Yeah, that's where I think we've got the sprain.
Okay.
That will clear as you go. Like I say, like a week and a half of rest or so. We'll settle that and then just doing the stretches and stuff we've already spoke about.
Okay, so just seen the physio and it was fairly positive, to be fair, fairly positive. He says it's not a slip disc, or hopefully it's not, and shouldn't be anything major. But for me now, it's still just a race against time to finally get back training. Obviously I'm 5 to 6 weeks out from the fight and I need to spar. So it's not a case of just going back to training and doing light training. I need to go straight back in and get in the mix. I am coming to Lidl to get some nice real food, try and lower inflammation. It's important to be healthy to keep the inflammation in your body lower, especially when you've got an injury, because my body's already inflamed. So let's go pick up some goodness. By goodness, I mean, I don't mean that. I do mean this. Right, so I've come here literally for one thing, which is blueberries. And they don't have blueberries. Generally, that's what I was going to do. Blueberries are very good, they're antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, which is what I want for my lower back, and they don't have any. Okay, so 2 grass-fed sirloin steaks and some grass-fed beef mince. As I said, it's all about lowering inflammation, fueling your body with goodness, so that you're not, processed foods, all of that rubbish is just going to inflame your body elsewhere. So, especially when you've got an injury, it's important to eat the right foods. That and the fake blueberries, because Lidl don't have any. Thank you very much. Alright, sweet. So, add potatoes to that as well. In the supermarket, I've got 2 grass-fed sirloin steaks, some grass-fed beef mince, some grapes. I really wanted blueberries because blueberries are very good for anti-inflammatory, as I said. Got loads of antioxidants. They're good for a lot of things, but especially when you've got injuries such as my back pain, which I may or may not have mentioned. And also picked up some potatoes for this evening's meal. The main event of why I'm still here is because I'm currently making my own sourdough. If you follow me on Instagram, you've just seen sourdough is a daily occurrence in my life for the last month or so. And I'm currently making a fresh batch ready to whack in the oven. Everyone keeps asking me for the recipe. There is a recipe on my TikTok. And it's very simple. 3 ingredients. Flour, water, salt, and a sourdough starter, which is made of water and flour. So it is technically 3 ingredients. Give it a flour. Simple as that. Whack that in the pot, and then you whack it in the cold oven, starting it cold, turn it on for a bit. After about 45 minutes, take it out, take the lid off. Yeah, you'll see if you look at my TikTok. Freshly baked sourdough. Alright, and here we have it, the final product, the homemade sourdough. As I've said before, it's only made of 3 ingredients, water, flour, salt. So in terms of how good it is for you, very good. Doesn't cause me to bloat, doesn't sit in your stomach. Other breads you get in the supermarket, they've got like 30 ingredients. All of that stuff is inflaming your body, and it's processed, it's artificial. Your body doesn't know what to do with that. So when you're eating this, which is natural, and as I said, 3 ingredients, it's good for you. In terms of my injury at the moment, another thing I'm doing is just minimizing the processed foods I eat so that my body can directly heal the area of my body that's hurting. So yeah, I will be smashing a load of this. You are what you eat. I may indeed turn into a sourdough, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Alright, walking is something, if you told me 10 days ago that I'd be doing it every day, I'd be like, that's boring, I'm not doing that. But with an injury, it's actually very beneficial. Blood flow to the lower back. After every walk I've done, I've actually felt a lot better. There's been a lot less tightness in my back. And other benefits are, I'm in nature, I'm getting natural light, usually sunlight, but there's none of that around. It's actually freezing. Also, just ignore the I don't want to hear it. Relax, cameraman. Why are you showing it? This will be a fashion in 2 years' time. Nah, it's nice. Good for your mental health as well. Because I can't train, as I said, the past week I've been going insane. I've just been going out for a walk, sometimes for like an hour long, maybe even an hour and a half. Just getting the steps in, trying to keep the weight down as well. That's another thing. If I can't train, which I can't, and I'm eating quite a bit, just even if it's good food, it's still eating, so I want to burn that off and get some activity in my life. So yeah, walking is another thing that I've been doing just to try and speed up the recovery and hopefully get back to training and fighting fit so that I can fight on November the 8th. So yeah, also the beard. What are we saying? I'm growing it out. Cameraman, what do you think?
Keep it out.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we can't even call it a beard. Can we call it a beard?
Yeah.
Well,
Stubble.
we're trying it. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, we'll see. Cakeless. I'm gonna go cakeless until October the 19th.
No, you're not.
I am.
You say this all the time.
Do I?
I think it was Tuesday and you were eating cake already. Say, oh, I'm gonna go no cake for a whole week.
You're lying.
You get to Tuesday and you've already failed the.
She's lying. I promise.
I'm not lying, I promise.
I'm gonna go cakeless after today.
No, you won't do it.
So today we're September the 30th. I want to go no cake until October the 19th.
Okay.
October the 19th, I may. No, I mean I am. There's no two ways about it. I'm going to George's Bakery in Cambridgeshire, which has the best cakes ever. And yeah, I might vlog it. So let me know in the comments again if you want to see that. But I will go cakeless from now until then. I'll go cakeless.
And put in the comments if they think you can go cakeless.
Do you think I can go cake without cake from September the 30th to October the 19th?
No.
The single most important thing for my recovery, injured or not injured, is without a doubt sleep. And it's something that a lot of people aren't getting enough of. 85% of adults aren't actually getting enough sleep. I saw that stat the other day. Since I've been injured, I've been doing everything I can to maximize the amount of sleep I get, both in duration and quality. And quality of sleep is where a lot of people go wrong because they feel like they've slept for 7-8 hours and that's fine. But actually, it's all about your deep REM sleep. And there's a few things that you can do to make sure that you maximize that and get the best sleep possible. First thing being limiting caffeine intake from about 3 p.m. I'm a sucker for coffee. I love coffee and I do sometimes have it in the evening. But when I'm trying to particularly zone in on my sleep and make sure I get the best sleep possible, I will stop any caffeine intake after 3 p.m. so that I can make sure my sleep is deep. Another thing is avoiding harsh light and blue light about 2 hours before you go to sleep. This is where I either use my red light or even a candle or a warmer light like this. It's got a different tone and it tells your body that it's nighttime. It tells your body that it's time to unwind and relax rather than a harsh blue light. Even your phone, there's a mode on your phone that you can turn on so that it's not harsh blue light and it's not telling your brain that it's daytime. You want your brain to realize that it's nighttime and it's time to go to sleep. And there's the obvious one, going to bed earlier. Going to bed earlier, you're obviously going to get more sleep and likely, I don't know about you, but when I go to sleep earlier, I wake up feeling more refreshed. If I go to bed beyond midnight, I just wake up feeling groggy instantly. Even if I've had 8 hours, from midnight to 8 a.m, I'll still wake up feeling less refreshed than I would if I went to bed earlier at say 10 or 11 p.m. Then there's a few other things. Red light therapy, magnesium as a supplement daily, that's known to help you sleep. And hydration. Hydration is another one. Electrolytes, salts, keeps your body hydrated, keeps your body performing, making sure your electrolyte balance is correct. You will sleep better because of it. The time is now 7:30 p.m. and I'll be honest, my back is feeling the best it's felt since I've been injured. I am actually booked to see my physio again tomorrow, a different physio, for a full-on, full-body massage. Yeah, I'm hoping fight night is still very much on and we can get back to training, back to sparring, back to everything. Go in the ring and handle business. So yeah, I hope this has helped because I've had a load of messages from you guys saying you're in similar situations. So I hope this video has helped. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe. Team Davey.